This video is sponsored by Incogni. More about them later. Hi there, hello, I'm Ryan, and if you'll allow me to brag for a second, I am one of several people on YouTube. With all the major news going on in the world, it's easy to miss the minor news stories, you know, the weird ones, the ones that, you know what, they don't matter. But luckily, I'm here to share some of those with you so that you can then go and... This is not going to be helpful to anyone in any way, but I'm going to do it anyway. Quicksand Swallows man at Michigan Beach near harbor. Here's a news story with what looks like the most low-stakes rescue attempt ever. I've never seen anything so casual. This guy is slowly sinking to his death and he looks so chill about it. He even makes a phone call and I bet he didn't even mention the quicksand to the person on the other end of the call. What's going on with me? Might go to the movies later. The big plot twist reading this article is that it heavily focuses on the romantic implications of this casual quicksand. See, according to the article, they both called 911 at the same time, and Mitchell goes, quote, "I think my girlfriend's trying to call too." And she, at the same time, about 20 feet away, says, "My boyfriend is stuck in the sand." And at that point, he said they became a couple. That was literally the first time we defined our relationship. It happened with two separate 911 operators at the same time. Yeah, very cute, but now this couple's gotta kinda stay thematically coherent for all their next relationship milestones. I'm thinking maybe Mitchell casually gets stuck under a fallen tree for their 1-year anniversary. He finally pops the question to her after they both very calmly get picked up by a tornado. And for the big day, you know what? I say go for it. Ceremony while being eaten by fire ants. Boom! That's why they call me the natural disaster relationship coach. Nah, they just call me the second word, those Hey, it's bomb threat time. Here's a guy that sent in a bomb threat to a cruise line so he wouldn't have to take care of his girlfriend's pets. "Hey, I think someone might have a bomb on your cruise ship," said the man via his own email address. Brilliant maneuver, buddy. I can't believe they caught you. I can relate to the laziness, though. I mean, why go through all the trouble of filling a cat bowl every other day when you could just swat a boat? Interesting tidbit, though. This guy actually lives with his girlfriend's family. So he was in the house with the pets and he was still like, "This is some bullshit. I'm calling in a bomb threat." I'm a little mixed on this though, because should he be grateful that they let him live in their house or angry that they went on a cruise without him? It's a tough case to crack. I don't know how any judge could possibly make a decision. Oh, he went to jail. You know what? That does make sense. That guy was kind of a dummy. Or was he? Oh my God. Think about it. He's in jail now and he'll never have to feed those pets again. It was his plan to get caught the whole time. This guy's the Dark Knight Joker of avoiding menial chores. Criminal mastermind. Oh, by the way, the article also says that Chevorier Gibson, special agent in charge of the FBI in Michigan, said, quote, "Bomb threats are not a laughing matter." So I'm sorry to say, but if you thought even any of that was even mildly amusing, you're now on a list. Get him, Agent Gibson. And then if you have like SWAT fall through. A district in Texas has banned Virginia's flag because it has a naked breast. First of all, nerds. And second, what do you think? Perverts are just gonna stare at the flag all day drooling? No, they're on the bus and they're quite busy. More on that later. While we're changing the flag though, might as well take the IA off the end of Virginia. God, you're so lame. Frickin' Texan nerds. I can now never go to Texas, I think. Oh, and actually, here's a fun fact about the flag of Virginia. The flag says Sic Semper Tyrannis, which in Latin means Sic Semper Tyrannosaurus. They used to also have a T-Rex on the flag as well, but they removed it because it had huge tits. Good luck, Jamie. I don't know what you're gonna do visually for that. This is what's fun about having an editor. I can add a joke about a T-Rex with huge tits, and he has to figure it out. Also, bleep tits, please. All right, it's time to take a little tiny break and check in on ad space, where I suspect there will be an ad integration that will allow me to keep doing this as my job. Whoa! Hi there, hello, it's me, I'm the Adstronaut. I'm out here in ad space to talk to you about Incogni. So listen, with data breaches happening more and more each year, data brokers are out there thriving. They're scooping up and selling your personal information like it's no big deal. The thing is though, it kind of is a big deal. That's why you don't yell out your home address on a crowded subway. You don't want everybody knowing stuff. Anyway, did you know that you actually have the legal right to demand that data brokers remove your information? But who has the time to do that? Not me. Look at my calendar. There's stuff every day. Luckily, that's where where Incogni steps in. See, Incogni does the heavy lifting by reaching out to data brokers on your behalf, requesting removals, and handling any resistance. You just gotta create an account and grant them permission to act on your behalf. Then blammo, they will do the things that I just said they would do. And let's not forget about those creepy people search sites in the US that publish detailed profiles on millions of people. Incogni can help get your info off of those too. So hey, you can get 60% off Incogni right now by heading to incogni.com/RyanGeorgeExtra and using code RyanGeorgeExtra. Or just click the link in the description, it's down there, I put it there. Thanks Incogni, now I can focus on managing my busy schedule. Oh, you know what, if I move stuff to the 14th, that actually frees up some time for stuff on the 18th. That's great. Oh, wow, that truly was an ad integration that will allow me to keep doing this as my job. And what an important job it is, because how else are people gonna hear about stories like this one? Man arrested for trying to have sex with a seat for a second time. I told you we were gonna talk about bus perverts. A guy in Missouri was arrested twice for trying to have intercourse with a seat on the Metrolink train. Aren't you glad that you know that now? One time is not newsworthy, but twice. Here we are. Anyway, to this guy, if you're watching, listen, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that seat, it's just not that into you. Move on. Find a nice armchair to settle down with, you know? Raise a couple of little monstrous human footrest hybrids. Automen, if you will. Hey, Jamie, please add applause over that. Please, or I'm gonna look insane. Say what you will about this guy, though. That is a great icebreaker for when he gets to prison. So what are you in for? Arson. You? Attempted seat guard. I would like to be put in solitary confinement. What kind of mattress you got in the bottom bunk there? This story does go to show that there is a major class inequality in America, you know? How come this guy goes to jail, but J.D. Vance is still a free man?
Hey, stay out of politics!
Okay, my bad. In all seriousness, though, I have to ask, who would want to hook up with a public transportation seat? It's kind of insane if you think about it. Is that the seat? Okay. Hey, I'm Ryan. What's your name? Darcy? That's beautiful. So listen, I've got like 12 YouTube channels and I work out twice a month. You wanna hang out? Oh, you have to get going? Okay, no, that's fine. This is your stop. I'll see you. I love you. Japan set the Guinness World Record for world's smallest park. I think that's pretty cool because exclusivity can be a great tool when it comes to branding. So what better kind of park than a park you cannot get into? Any other kind of park you say? Okay, yeah, that's a decent point. I'll take that into consideration. So the story here is that the original world's smallest park is in Oregon, and it has kind of a cute story. This guy came back from World War II and saw an unused hole in a median in a street where a light pole was supposed to go. Weeds took over it and he planted some flowers and gave it a name, Mill Ends. He started calling it the world's smallest park and told stories about leprechauns living there until Guinness came around in 1971 and officially did declare it the world's smallest park. Oh, to be the guy who works at Guinness and has to go verify this stuff. Yep, that's the world's smallest park, all right. Now I'm off to Eastern Europe to measure the world's largest pimple. I hope I get there before it pops. I love my life. Anyway, back to this park thing. What's nice is that this Japanese park has an origin story that, you know what, it's just as charming as the original, if not more so. See, how this one came to be is that a Japanese tourist named Shuji Koyama went to that original world's smallest park in Oregon, and according to the article, inspiration struck. And he was like, I will make a smaller park and steal this park's entire thing. And so, do that he did. Such a nice story on that one. Well, you know what, Shuji Koyama? I made an even smaller park. It's so small you can't even see it. Get over here, Guinness Records guy. Yes, sir, I'm on my way. I just finished measuring the world's longest elephant penis. This town in Buenos Aires, Argentina is being taken over by Capy Baras, so the residents are going around with blowguns to sedate and neuter them. And that, you guessed it, makes it the #1 vacation spot for rodent sterilizers everywhere. You know that thing where hotels have a channel that kind of shows you stuff you can do around town? Well, I've taken the liberty of preparing some for hotels in that general region. So if by any chance any of those hotel owners are watching this video, you don't have to use this, but please feel free to at no charge. Welcome to your hotel's name in Buenos Aires. Your unforgettable adventure starts now. Experience the passion of tango at one of our world-famous shows. Or why not jump in and take a class yourself? Stroll through the lush parks of Palermo, where cafes, boutiques, and leafy paths create the perfect urban escape. Stop by the lovely town of Nordelta, sedate a capybara and chop his nuts off before you return for a lovely seafood dinner at our very own rooftop restaurant, Don Silvano. We're glad you're here. Oh, that's a big one. There's actually a photo of a guy in that article that's shooting these capybaras with a huge blowgun that I know my lungs could not operate. Look at how badass that guy looks. If this guy pitched his job to Discovery Plus, there's no world in which he doesn't get his own reality show. Man vs. Capybara Nuts, coming this fall only on Discovery. A resident of a nursing home was arrested for selling meth to another nursing home resident. When they searched his wallet, they found a small baggie with a white substance that the guy said he forgot was in there. Which sounds like BS, but in this case, he's so old that, yeah, no, maybe he did forget. If I was the arresting officer, I might be like, you know what? Fair enough. Because that poor old guy is gonna have a tough time in prison.
But I can't take the top bunk. I'm 95 years old.
Well, you can't have the bottom bunk. That mattress is my wife.
Oh my God, what?
Oh, here's a little situation where Citibank, one of America's largest banks, accidentally deposited too much money into one of their customers' accounts. See, they were supposed to transfer $280, but instead they transferred 81 trillion, 20 times the GDP of Great Britain. Ah, they're so close. Ah, dang it. It's understandable because if you look at the keyboard, the 2, the 8, and the 0 keys are right next to the 8 and the 1 and pressing 0 12 times in a row. They didn't include this in the article about this, but I actually found a photo of the bank teller that made the mistake. Yeah, Mittens is usually reliable, but she saw a laser pointer on the 0 key and that was game over. Apparently, this isn't the first time Citibank does something like this. In 2020, they accidentally credited Revlon lenders about $1 billion. And then when they asked for the money back, the people they sent it to were like, no, that's mine now, I'm gonna keep it. And then that went to court and the judge was like, yeah, that's theirs now. And then Citibank was fined $400 million by the US Office of the Comptroller of the Currency over the poor risk controls they have, which of course they promptly paid, but accidentally sent like $1.25. That actually reminds me, I'm supposed to do another quick ad read in this video, I hope you don't mind. Citibank is hiring. If you are a geriatric cat or have number blindness or just don't know what numbers are, please call us at, it just says 71. That's not a phone number, Citibank. Well, everybody, I'd love to keep rapping at you, but I've got a hot date. I knew you'd call. Let's roll.
Hi there, hello. Please hit that subscribe button. I am a disembodied head, so you can trust me. You can trust me.